Okay, well, the AWKWARDCast is now canceled. Thank you guys for joining us for, I don't know, maybe like 50 to almost 50 episodes. Yeah, but you knew this time was coming.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you knew this time was coming. DJ, I'm glad you were here for the farewell
almost made
tour.
it for the actual show.
You almost made it. So, see you guys. GG.
Well, and with those lovely words, hello and welcome to the AWKWARDCast, because we don't have a K for Keyframe anymore. It's A and Y without Keyframe. Wonder about random drivel. Oh, she's back. Apparently, we are.
I can't stay away. I can't stay away from you for too long. I'm afraid you'll burn the place down.
This is an abusive relationship.
Anyway,
damn
DJ,
I wish I would have had a lighter quicker at hand. Like, no.
This isn't abusive. This is essentially I am babysitting an overgrown child.
I have no idea what you're talking about, she says while drinking sugar water.
Out of a Jurassic.
Anyway, yeah, DJ. For the people who don't know who you are, who the hell are you?
My name is James. I go by DJSmell on the YouTubes. I guess I do song videos, parodies, covers, whatever I want to put on my channel. Sometimes comic dubs. I'm taking a little break kind of this year, but I'm looking to swing back into it really soon. But yeah, that's what I do.
Sounds good. So, since we have you here, what's going on in your life recently? What are you up to?
Oh man, well, I kind of just got off a vacation at the moment. I just got back from Florida. I went to Disney World. Nice. I went on a cruise with my family. I'd never been on a cruise or like a big boat like that before, so that was fun. Went to an escape room yesterday. That was fun.
Still haven't been.
I've been to.
So
I've
fun.
been. Oh, what was the theme?
So the theme was you're trying to break into Area 51 to find Case File X, or else an alien's gonna come and no, our alien's the friend. The government's trying to shut us down.
Okay.
Like the aliens trying to give us a sustainable energy source, and we have to get that out to the public or some shit. I don't remember. Yeah. We didn't finish it in time. We lost.
I've been to an escape room once with Brett, Will, and Katie, and we did an Alice in Wonderland theme one. It was like Katie's birthday or whatever.
Nice.
But they have an escape room place in downtown LA or like North Hollywood or whatever. So. Yeah. Maybe I'll take this poor boy when he comes for the wedding.
Yeah, they're fun.
Yeah, I mean, I was so close from being in an escape room once. Actually, I missed out twice by now. One time was that our company a few years ago were like, hey, every department does something cool with basically their management representative. I'm not even sure where we ended up. I believe we just went for a fancy dinner or something. But I believe that one department actually went into an escape room. So, working for the wrong department. But where I was really close was this year on Starfest. They had an escape room. I forgot what theme it was. Probably something sci-fi or comic book related. But it was, you had to go there. You had to schedule an appointment with a group, and it was basically just two of us, Denim and me, and we had no friends. We are nerds on the internet.
That's
we
what
don't
I did with
have
me
friends.
and my friend yesterday. It was just us.
We were looking if we could find some other regulars that she actually knows, but nobody came back on like quick texting like, "Hey, are you guys here?" And so we ended up not going there. And I was standing at the registration table, but it was like, So you needed to have at least 8 people or something, like a stretch from 8 to, or maybe 6, maybe 6 to 10, whatever. You needed to have a decent amount of people to actually play it, and it was basically just the two of us, and we were also not too crazy about waiting there at the reception, like for a group of strangers, like, you want to have 2 more?
I just remember at BronyCon or something, I was like, "Where is everyone?" And someone was like, "Oh, they went to an escape room, and they didn't invite me." And I was like,
okay.
And I was like, "Oh, thanks."
This makes it 3 times missing it out. Because
I think you were there when they told when I was like, "Where are they?" "Oh, they went to an escape room and didn't invite you."
Yeah. And they went laser tag during EQLA, didn't they?
Yeah. It was like
we need better friends.
I know, because this was I think. Let me just say this: I love my friends. I love them. This one is a friend I don't like anymore, so this is fine for me to say this story. I was vending at EQLA, so I was stuck behind a table most of the time. But you know, if I text my friends, they will at least respond to me and get something if I need it because I can't get up from my damn table. My friend was like, "Okay, I'll get you fries from Red Robin's," literally in the same parking lot as the hotel, mind you.
Mm-hmm.
3 hours later, he comes back, not even with fries from Red Robin's, and they were cold. And I'm like, and the thing on top of it was they were supposed to get Lauren and my friend Lauren, who was also vending with me, an iced tea. And they didn't even do that right, because she took a sip and she was like, "Thank you," and he walked away, and I was like, "Your face doesn't look that great." He didn't get me the right iced tea.
Oh.
And I'm like, I need better friends. Applications are open. But
well, I guess I post a public invite to your Discord now, since you are asking for friends.
No, I'll do that on my own terms. Thank you very much.
But yeah, Smell? What do I even call you?
DJ.
You can call me DJ or
DJ.
Or Smell. People call me anything. I don't mind.
Well, we haven't met in person, so I don't know about the entire Smell thing, so I just settle with DJ at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, any other sad, fun, or whatever anecdotes you want to share?
Sad fun.
I don't know.
That's my job.
Oh yeah, that's true. I mean, leave the depressing childhood memories to Keyframe. She's expert in it. She manages to make every story sad and depressing.
I don't know if that's a good feature to have.
It's pretty awkward.
Man, if I made a YouTube Storytime channel, I would be raking in the money.
Probably. I mean, it makes the show nicely awkward.
Nothing's stopping you. You could do it.
You could.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, anything else or?
I'm not sure. I killed a scorpion the other day. It was a very big scorpion, mind you.
Okay, I need context. Was it in your house?
It was in parked in front of my house, and it was just. I opened the garage, and it was just kind of in the crack of where the garage would land, but on the opposite side of where my house was. It was pretty big, yeah. It's probably the biggest scorpion I've seen in Arizona, and we get scorpions a lot, but this was a really big boy. It was I don't know, I can fucking this big, and this thick. I don't know. It was a big boy. I called my dad. I was like, "Dad, there's a big scorpion." And he was like, "Okay." And I was like, "Whoa, that's a big scorpion." I didn't want to kill it. I made him do it.
I just
and then he had the sandal. He whacked it, but we didn't see where it went after he whacked it. It kind of scuttled off, and we're like, "Oh shit!"
It's still alive. It's.
No, we found it.
No. That's not a good story. Look, man. It needs to have gone back underground, and it's currently training, getting new cyborg parts for the parts that got squished, ready to come.
It's
ready to
lifting
come.
weights with its stinger. The stinger's really buff right now. Yeah, don't make me think about that. But we killed it for sure. A bunch of juice.
When you're asleep, you just hear.
I won't even hear it. It'll just fucking stab me in the arm, and that'll be that. I'll be dead. His son will probably come back at me.
He replaced his stinger.
No, I've just been. I just got back. I'm pretty much just working, sleeping. That's about it.
Coolio. Keyframe, what's going on in your life since last week?
Why don't you go to your life? You're the one that has had 2 eventful weeks so far.
Yeah, he got a cup and everything. That's eventful.
No, this cup is actually a few weeks old. I never talked about it on the show yet.
He had some good anecdotes for the past like 2 podcasts.
Yeah, this was disturbing, wasn't it? No, but now I'm back into a kind of uneventful routine. I mean, I continue doing my workout. Yay! I continued. What was the other good thing I did continue? Did I continue? Oh no, I started working on a certificate for my job, which is also good. Yay!
Yay!
I even kept my cooking schedule. So even today, I was so lazy this fucking weekend. Yeah. So yeah, what did I do this weekend? PSA kids, PSA. There are certain things you should not combine because they destroy lives. Oh yeah, this one can confirm. So, I believe last week I talked about Prison Architect. That's a game.
You talked about Prison Architect and Critical Role.
No, so far I have only mentioned that I started watching Critical Role, and I'm not yet at the point where I have watched enough to give a nice overview of it. I mean, at this point, the first story arc actually got concluded, so I'm on a good way there. Reach a point where I can be like, okay, now I can talk about it as my medium. But yeah, those two combined are bad. Are like really bad. With Prison Architect, you have a game that you can let run by itself for a bit, but sometimes you even need to when you run out of money and you just need to wait for the prison to work through it and produce some new money. So on one screen I have a Critical Role, one episode, 3 to 4 hours. And then I have Prison Architect in the middle. And well, this was yesterday and the good part of today. And yeah, it's
you want to explain an example of how that's a bad example? Or a bad combination?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it is. I stayed up far too long.
Oh yeah, that's totally what the problem was. It wasn't the fact that we made plans to hang out that day, and I messaged being like, hey, just call me when you're ready, all right? 4 hours later, it's like, hey, I know you're busy playing Prison Architect, because it says it on fucking Discord. Did you...
Yeah, I was wondering why everybody keeps bringing up, like, hey, he's playing it again, and I'm like...
And I was like...
Right, Discord is giving it away.
Did you buy your plane tickets? Another hour passes, and I'm like, fuck, okay, he's not answering me. You, plane tickets. And then he just messages me back on WhatsApp like, shit.
I got my plane tickets by now.
No, I had to force him to.
Yeah, but I got them.
He was like, okay, let me wrap stuff up and I'll get into a call. And he's like, hey. Hey. And I'm like, did you get your plane tickets? Nope, I'll just get them tomorrow. No. The con is 3 weeks away. You go and buy your tickets now. And he's like, fine. He was so annoyed that I just went like, no.
I'm trying to manage my prison.
No, what? Yeah, first of all that, and second of all, what actually annoyed me most was, with how the British Airways did not accept the new credit card, like verify, and I'm like, why do I need to specifically go to my bank and verify it? My bank sent it to me.
Wasn't there also this thing that you were looking up flights and there was one that went down only to go back up?
This part I actually found amazing. So for anybody who is bad in geography, so let's say here's Berlin, like then here's the rest of Germany, here's a channel, and here's London. So I wanted to have a flight from Berlin
you may want to flip it because your image is mirrored on the stream.
I know it's mirrored, but if I flip it in my head, I will not be able to actually get it right. Yeah. So
you
geography.
Child.
Yeah.
Okay.
Berlin,
there we go.
London, whatever. So, and I found one connection flight which goes to Munich, which is kind of like, like Munich is down here. Which is already like, there's another one across Amsterdam, which makes sense, like here and then over. And then I found the absolute highlight, which was Berlin, Zurich, London. Like,
So just a deep check mark.
yes, like all the way down to Switzerland. Like, but yeah, since we already kind of crossed over into you waiting for me to realize that I lost track of time. What else happened in your week? Because mine was dominated from StarCraft 2, where I finally finished the Zerg campaign and started the Protoss campaign, before I then returned to Prison Architect to be able to double my time with a little bit of Critical Role.
You make it sound so positive.
Actually, I had a good week. I don't know.
My week was my week working on stuff for BronyCon because it's a month away, and that is terrifying me. I know, right? It's just the thing of
wanting to go to BronyCon, but I never do. I've only been to BabsCon.
Just do it. It's big. It's fun.
Do it. When is it again?
It's
do it.
Okay. Not the weekend of the 20th because that's
weekend after.
CoxCon. It's the weekend right after. No, let me tell you people what my plan is during that entire pocket of cons. I fly out on the 19th to go to London, land in London, spend the weekend there, leave Tuesday, because you go back in time when you go to America from Europe. I land back on Tuesday, but like at 9 p.m., so Tuesday's gone into the ether. Then Wednesday, I have to leave at like 11 p.m. to fly to Baltimore and then spend the weekend in BronyCon. I have no rest day in between these. I'm going to come back from these cons, and everyone's not going to hear from me for like a week and a half. They're going to be like, "Do you know where Chrissy is?"
She literally died.
I'll be in my closet because my closet's big enough to fit me if I sleep in there.
Hey, there's another con after BronyCon. You want to go to that one?
Well, I mean, in August I'm going to another con, so that'll be. Lauren, don't message me during awkward. But so that's going to be fun. But at least I have a buffer in between those where I could be like, okay, time to relax. I have no relaxation time. It is just work and con. But besides that, I've been just doing my workout. I have a very interesting story about another person that was at my gym. We're going to call him Timmy. So
good old Timmy.
Yeah, Timmy was with his friend. We'll name him Doug. So Timmy and Doug, they went to do. These guys are like dude bros.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Dude bros, like wearing the tank tops that don't fit them.
Are they wearing their backwards hats at the gym?
Yeah.
Oh God.
They were Chads.
Absolutely.
But like they were doing like the weight machine where you just pull it up and down, and they were just yelling at the top of their lungs, and I'm not sure what about, because I had my Cox and Crendor in my ears. I was just going, but I can hear them faintly over my full volume of Jesse. And the thing is, they were like, "Did you fuck that girl?" And he's like, "Yeah, bro, I totally did."
Ooh, classy.
And they were like, but the thing is, they did like the hoo 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 thing, like, and I kind of covertly turned this down because it's like, okay,
it's kind of
I'm witnessing the Nature Channel right now. And he was like, but the thing is, I have a theory these guys are actually gay.
That's what I was going to say. Like, you fuck that girl, man? Yeah. You want to fuck me next? Hell yeah.
Yeah, and the thing is, I think Timmy was like ranting about this girl, though. He's like, yeah, I fucked that girl, but she never called me back. Women are trash, man. Never trust a woman.
Well, this sounds pretty gay, actually.
And Doug was like, no, man, you got your prize. You fucked her in the ass, right? Yeah, I fucked her in the ass. And I'm just like, I'm holding back laughter. I'm like, Did you, Timmy? And he's like, dude, just don't worry about that guy, bro. I think you're great, bro. And then it's like, and I'm like, yeah, bro, I think you're great too. And then Timmy started crying.
Oh no.
And this guy is still sitting on the weight machine.
Uh,
And he's like, and Doug's like, you okay, bro? He's like, fine.
But here's the thought about it. So this is a private gym that only belongs to your apartment complex, right?
Yeah.
So those people literally live in the same apartment complex as you. Those are your neighbors.
That's
fun. Why I didn't feel bad eavesdropping. But like, they were just like, they then, after this exchange, they got up, they put the things away, they walked past, and when they were walking out of the place, so they're already outside this gym, they must have said some kind of joke, because then I just heard, hoo, 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 hoo. I'm like, you know what? I hope they're very happy together. Good for them.
OTP, I ship it.
What a couple of bros.
I'm pretty sure they were secretly gay for each other. Because that was...
Or at least it'll eventually lead into that.
They're going to do some kind of experimentation. And one of these guys looked like a Ken Barbie doll. The other one kind of looked like Vin Diesel.
That's the perfect match.
It's the perfect match. But anyway, that was my week, and that was my fun anecdote of the weird people you see in California.
Yay.
That's beautiful.
But onwards to media.
Yeah, you want to continue?
Yeah, I will. I've been binge watching. A lot of stuff. I've been binge watching a lot of stuff. The one thing being a channel that I've been watching for a while called Glove and Boots, which is a puppet video blog channel. They're one of my favorite contents on YouTube. They
Hi, buddy. This video
are so much more original than anything else that I've ever seen. It's like if you wanted the Muppets as internet things and be a little bit more raunchy, but not too raunchy. Mm-hmm. I just love their stuff, and they do all sorts of things. They do like, some of my favorite videos are blank etiquette. So they have like airplane etiquette, restaurant etiquette, and movie theater etiquette, which I absolutely adore, because I'm just like, yes, to every single one of these.
I love their cover that they did, the Beatles cover, the All Together Now.
Oh yeah, now I'm in Moscow. Here's Roger Maffau. The two main characters are a groundhog named Fafa, who kind of talks like this, and this Elmo thing called Mario, who's kind of dumb.
He's like a smarter animal.
Yes, that's a great way to put it. He's a smarter animal, and they both live in Brooklyn, and they just make video blogs, and some of these go way off the rails. Like they had one one of their earlier ones was called Time Machine, where Fafa has a time machine, and suddenly there's like 40 Fafas. So the first thing that they do is do a cover of Dancing Queen.
Obviously.
Nice. Obviously, the thing you do when you have that.
Oh no, not Dancing Queen. Take a Chance on an ABBA song, and it all just cuts off with Mario coming in, being like, "Stop! First of all, I hate ABBA. Second of all," and the thing that I loved about it when I was watching it, because I was just watching videos, I was like, "Wait, I've seen this part before." And then I realized I've seen Glove and Boots before. I realized I watched Glove and Boots. Because Paw, that guy with the glasses people, did a music movies on Mamma Mia, and he had a clip from Glove and Boots of being like, "I hate ABBA," and I was like, "Oh my god, everything from my life is coming together, and I don't like it. It's devolving into a singularity." Yeah, this is another great one.
I love it too. But I also love how they have custom puppets. So for the vertical one, they have one puppet made for this one video, which has vertically placed eyes. It's still your medium. I didn't want it to take it completely over.
I know. Sorry. There was something important. But yeah, they do a lot of custom puppets. They have like Thor, Wolverine, they make a lot of new puppets for things. Another great one, which doesn't have the usual Glove and Boots characters, is that they made an entire video that is Wolverine the musical. That is just that's like the whole story of Wolverine, but parroting different musical songs. Because Hugh Jackman plays Wolverine.
Oh my god.
I love this guy's stuff so much, and
also they are really. I believe they even did do live streams, don't they?
They used to do live streams. They're on a hiatus right now, and they did gaming live streams on Twitch and a monthly live stream on YouTube.
I mean, keep this in mind, guys. A live stream with puppets. So they live improv a gaming live stream with their puppets.
Yeah, if you look one up, Max, it's like Mario's distracted.
How do they do that?
Put like Glove and Boots Burgerito.
Glove and Boots what?
The Burgerito. So they were playing like I think Mario Kart or something, and they were talking about this thing called the. I'll look it up. I have it in my liked videos. Called the Burgerito, which of course is something that you will only get in Brooklyn. It's this. It's on their gaming channel. They had two separate channels.
This explains why I don't find anything.
But like, where it's the contents of a hamburger is inside of a burrito, and so you'll see how they usually do their live streams. Where Fafa is the one actually, or the puppeteer for Fafa is the one playing the video game, and they have it against the green screen, and Mario is the one in front of the green screen talking to the audience. Okay. But like, yeah, they improv for like an hour to 2 hour long streams with puppets, and the thing is, they were still just as funny as their channle, which is a skill, to say the least. And there was barely ever flub-ups where you saw like the puppeteer's hands, or they went out of character, except for when they go on laughing fits, which is something that happens often in this channel. But
now, I believe I came across the ones where they actually went to open a door. One was outside the door, and they showed the puppet go to the door on camera and standing in front of the door and being like, well, I have to get my helping hand, and then a real human hand came from below the camera to open the door.
I think that was like their first live show or something that they did.
It was amazing.
Oh, no. You need to go near the end of that video because it had the best one of their best jokes.
Okay.
Okay, wait.
Oh, there's one of the laughing fits you mentioned before.
Wait, here it comes.
No one understands me like you do, Burgerito.
That's
with your
pretty good.
chipotle mayo and your bacon and your cheeses. It feels like if I turned around, you would no longer be there, and I would be the saddest Mario in the world. But every time I turn around, you are there for me. But Zucker Burgerito.
Oh no!
But no, I totally recommend people to watch Glove and Boots. They're on hiatus, but watch their stuff. It's some of the most original content on YouTube, and it's the thing that made me the most upset about this whole algorithm change and stuff, that channels like this, that aren't huge, they only have like 300,000 subscribers, that suffer. And these are people that have been around for a long time, too. So, but yeah. Go watch Glove and Boots. They be good.
I
recommend it too because I watched it too.
Link down in the description below.
All right. So, Max, what movie did you go see in the cinema this week? Because that's what you always do.
Yeah, totally.
Woo! I told you to go see Hereditary, and you didn't listen. You just played Prison Architect.
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, I personally wasn't. Yeah, the thing is, this movie. it looked nicely tense from going just by the trailer, but I didn't. I mean, for a horror movie, you need to be in the mood to actually go and see. So I have another medium to talk about, and it's not a movie which is currently in cinema, believe it or not. I found something else to talk about, namely, not too long ago on Netflix, the show of Trollhunters reached its grand finale. I am not 100% sure. I believe I talked about Trollhunter before as my medium. However, this was when I had only watched season 1. And now there are, I believe, 3 seasons, and it's actually a concluded story. Like with the end of season 3, it's over. The story is over. If they artificially continue the story after that, I dare to say that it's I don't know, for the monies. Because as far as I know, this show is actually based on a book, isn't it? Like a children's book or something.
Yes, it is. Yeah. I think so.
Yeah, and it's actually produced by, believe it or not, Guillermo del Toro, who is actually known for more mature stuff, isn't he? I forgot what it was, but he's actually not somebody you would expect a lot.
Pan's Labyrinth, Shape of Water.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so
like that.
A little bit more highbrow stuff and a little bit more spooky stuff. But on the end, so people would not necessarily expect him to do something for kids, family friendly. But I have to say, he nailed it. I mean, this show is pretty visually impressive, I have to say. I mean, it's animation. It's Netflix budget animation, so it's not like a Coco or a Pixar movie which has a cinematic relief and a better budget behind it. But you see, it looks quite lively. It's extremely atmospheric. You have a bunch of characters which are actually pretty deep, especially throughout the series. They all got something to do. I mean, at the end of the day, if you're not completely on board with animation style, this is a fair complaint, I would say. But the quality, the overall quality is good. For a series, for an animated series, this is good. I mean, I have seen other stuff. It's fluent. The action is really like, wow. When you see the action scenes, you only realize how good it really is. Once again, it's a show that actually has a story. So it's you have your handful of episodes where bollocks is happening, time waster, filler episodes, and not. But overall, I would say that every episode, at least to a small part, contributes to the overall plot, advances the overall plot. So even the stupider episodes often have at least a little bit that gets referred to later on, which is... What the hell?
I like that Enigma Prince is just like, looks stupid.
No, but it's actually a show that has balls.
Give it a chance.
Yes, absolutely. It has a few elements that are cliche, tropey, whatever. I mean, you saw the fat kid. He is a typical comic relief fat kid. You see the girl who is obviously the love interest, and because nowadays all the love interests are a little bit alternative, obviously she's an alternative love interest. So you have a lot of cliches and tropes. I will not deny this, but it has very smooth and great animation. It has characters that develop. It has a plot that continuously develops, and every now and then, especially, let's be fair, a little bit of a red flag towards the last quarter of the last season. Suddenly they are like, oh shit, we are getting close to the finale. We still have to wrap up some story arcs or get the status where we need it for the finale. So a few episodes are like, this felt a little bit rushed and out of the blue, and some characters were a little bit weird, but thankfully not the main characters. So yeah, if you have Netflix, check the show the fuck out. I cannot recommend it enough. If you don't have Netflix, I'm not sure if I would say it's... I don't know. Just get it for 1 month. The $10 should even be... I would even go there. I would go this far and say yes. Getting Netflix for just 1 month to check out this show, I would say It's worth it. And if not, there's enough other great stuff on Netflix, like Archer, like BoJack Horseman, like wait, am I only mentioning animated stuff?
Maybe they're better with animation than their live action stuff.
Black Mirror.
Black Mirror is good.
Still haven't watched it. It's still on my list. It's Black Mirror is basically Twilight, modern incarnation of Twilight Zone, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like,
they make the prime minister fuck a pig.
That's the one I saw.
well, isn't this actually something that happened or so?
No, that was the great thing with the news story when that whole David Cameron shit came out. The Black Mirror people were like, "Look, we didn't know about this. This is just the best coincidence ever." And I'm like, "No, this is just the best advertising for Black Mirror without having to pay a single penny."
Beautiful.
Wait, so who actually fucked a pig then?
He fucked a dead pig's head. In Black Mirror, they fuck a
But
living pig.
in real life, how did this correlate?
They just found out that when David Cameron was in like the good old stag frat boy days, he put his dick inside of a dead pig's mouth.
That's fun.
Like the Brits do.
Good old Netflix shows.
Indeed. But yeah, we still have one person more to go. So, DJ, what is your... you brought a medium yourself. What do you want to talk about today?
I want to talk about Smash Bros. The new one. Oh, there he is. That's the guy who's not in the game.
It's true.
Well, he's in the game. He's in the game as an assist trophy.
This was the specific request of ANY of like, hey, do I include this picture or this one?
We let him have it because he really wanted to have that in there.
The meme is strong with this one.
But Smash Brothers Ultimate looks so good.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It's supposed to be the biggest Smash Bros. Yet.
Wait, what? This video is long that you linked me there, so...
It's a long one, yeah. I mean, you can just let it play. It pretty much gets right into, like, the main trailer, like, in, like, 20 seconds.
Yeah, but like everyone's coming back. It's the family
whole
reunion.
Concept of this new Smash Bros. Game. So the whole concept of Smash Bros. Is bring mostly a bunch of Nintendo characters and a bunch of like third-party like video game characters into one game, and like it's I always call it like it's a celebration of video games. It just has so much love put into it and so many different characters and like efforts into it. But this one. With every new Smash Bros, they always cut characters to make way for new characters, and a lot of people are bummed because they always put so much time and effort into maining one specific character. My main guy was Lucas, and he got cut in the new one until they brought him back as DLC. So you always get bummed when your character gets cut. So they made it in this one. The whole concept of it is to have every single character that's ever been in a Smash Bros to be in this one.
But
and it's all just
even
Snake, Jesus.
Yeah, everybody.
Their shit. And it looks so good.
And Pichu, for all the people that played Pichu.
Wasn't there actually people who do play him and are too damn good with it for their own good?
Oh, well, I mean, there's that for everyone. Like, there's people that are, like, really, really, really good at the characters that people hate, like Jigglypuff and Rob the Robot and
like
Mr.
the best
Game
Smash
Watch.
Bros. Melee player, Hungrybox, is, like, his main is Jigglypuff, and he does insane shit with him. With her, whatever Jiggly is. But yeah. This game, I've played this game since I was like a Wii 1. Every Smash Bros. I put so many hours into it. And this one just looks like because they're releasing it pretty early into the Switch's life, and
oh wait, I just realized that this is a Nintendo video, so I should stop throwing too much video footage.
Oh yeah.
Oh boy, this is gonna be a great thing to see what happens there. But like, yeah, I'm so excited to have all these characters back, and the addition of like Ridley and Daisy, and that they're gonna add more people.
Yeah, he mentioned that because of the effort that it took to add all these characters, all the past ones and these new ones, there might not be that many new characters. But the developer Masahiro Sakurai is known to troll his fans all the time. So like we know there's gonna be at least a couple more characters, like 3 or 4 or maybe 7. You don't really know.
Waluigi.
But people are expecting there's gonna be more. There's like it comes out in December, so there's like a 6-month time frame where like they could still announce some characters. Simon Belmont is actually rumored because someone there is from the Castlevania series. There was a leaker that actually leaked information that Ridley was going to be in it and that everyone was going to be back, and he also said that Simon was going to be in it. So like everything's like checking off except for the Simon announcement. So they're saying that might be a thing. But so excited for the Smash Bros. Game.
I'm excited too. I really hope that if they're going to get some third-party people, they're going to get Rayman in there, because that seems like the one that makes the most sense.
It does make the most sense. Ubisoft is in a good relationship with Nintendo at the moment with like the new Mario and Rabbids game, and apparently has something.
Oh no! I just had a realization. What if they put the Rabbids in
better
Smash?
not. People will be pissed.
No!
With Smash Bros, it's always been about like classic characters. Like they put in the classic version of Mega Man and not like the newer Mega Mans. They put in the classic version of Pac-Man, not the newer god-awful version of Pac-Man. So I think they're going to do Rayman and not the Rabbids. If anything, the Rabbids will be like an assist trophy or something.
With Waluigi just sitting there with all the Rabbids being like...
There's a theory there. People are theorizing that the developer is just trolling that Waluigi is an assist trophy and that he's actually going to be a character.
That'd be the best troll of the year,
That's
probably.
Like, better than Trollhunters.
Oh. But like I'm excited to have all these characters back, all these new things that I can try, and only playing Kirby.
That's true.
I'm just sucking people and just going down the stage, or just down B.
No, my method is just floating up out of the map while people kill each other, and then slowly come back down. Be like, oh, you want to hit me? Boop, 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 boop. Bye.
One of those people.
Yes.
I mean, I know how Keyframe plays ninja games, so it doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me that she plays a Smash, a beat 'em up by evading everybody.
I play the games in the most unorthodox way possible, but I still win.
But what do you guys think about the controversy? How they actually made enough space for all those characters by cutting butts?
Yeah.
that looks.
They missed a lot of butts in there. They never seriously said as well, but they increased like the thighs. So, it like makes up for it,
They gave her muscle definition, which I'm fine with.
I mean, actually,
she was kind of really sexualized in the past one, so it kind of toned it down a bit for this one. So I'm fine with it. I don't really care, but some people are up in arms about it.
But yeah, when you look at Solid Snake, he also got the leg versus leg instead of butt treatment.
This looks really weird though, because he has like the stirrups that are like right under the non-existent butt cheeks. So it's like the things that are supposed to lift him up are just there.
Such a healthy leg I'm looking at.
He looks like a bean body that got two of those like. Wait, you know the character from Toy Story, the fishing pole with the Barbie leg?
Yeah.
He essentially kind of looks like that.
That's beautiful.
But you know what? The sacrifices had to be made, and apparently that was Snake's ass.
Konami's like, okay, we can have Snake in this game to complete your collection, but we gotta nerf that ass, buddy. We can't be having that in this one.
You want to have room for your edgy furry wolf husband from Star Fox?
Want to have room for your 8 Fire Emblem characters
that are all the same character? Want to have for Bayonetta's hair-covered boobs?
Yeah, I think her booty didn't get nerfed to Bayonetta's booty. It's kind of
you can't nerf Bayonetta's booty. I mean.
Look at them legs.
Those define. She's kicking Ridley's ass every day.
Those are good legs. The Snake's legs are weird legs. Those are good legs.
It's the best legs I've seen all day.
She's been training with the Wii Fit trainer, and being like, it's my turn.
And somehow her ass decreased.
Oh, and it's so sad that actually talking about Smash Bros. Instantly brought the chat back to life.
Well, now we know our audience. Welcome to the Nintendo Cast, where we talk about everything Nintendo, but we can't show clips, because if we do, the Nintendo Cast will be no more.
It's true.
Well, was that everything you wanted to talk about with Smash Mouth Brothers?
I'm just excited for it. It's so cool to have another Smash Bros. So close to the other one, because usually it takes like 6 years for each of them to come out, but like this one's coming out a good. The newest one came out 2014, and we're getting one 2018.
Well,
but like they were doing.
But usually it takes a decently long time for a new console to come out. The time between the Wii U's release and the Switch was not big.
I mean that it helped a lot because of the Wii U had shitty sales and no one knew what it was. So that obviously helped a bit. And the Switch is absolutely prospering way more than the Switch ever did. No, way more than... Did I say that backwards? The Switch is doing good. The Wii U always was bad.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. That's about it. I'm just excited.
I just went back and checked again if we got anything new on Twitter. Question-wise. And it's... DJ, your earlier tweet, like, hey, send us questions with the hashtag. It got like 6 likes. Not a single question.
They liked it.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah.
Yeah, questions. Great. I like questions. They are awesome.
But no, thank you.
But yes, thankfully, we have a Discord now, don't we?
Yes, we do. So, so a question from, because it's the summer and one of us lives in Arizona, from Enigma Royal Prince, what was the worst heat day that you experienced and how did you best combat it without dehydration, heat stroke, or sunburns? I'm not going to include that last part because if you're talking about the worst heat day, usually it ends with one of those 3.
You end up dying. Well, there was one day where the AC was off in my work, and it was 117 degrees outside, and we all died that day. We had a lot of fans, not the good kind of fans, the fans that twirl and barely give you any air. But it was really hot. It wasn't fun. There's no way to combat it. You need AC. For you people that don't use Fahrenheit, the 117 degrees is 47 Celsius.
Wow. Yeah, that's the problem. My answer to this question will be pathetic in comparison because I probably don't even know real heat. I mean, we here in Berlin, when it's like 30 degrees, everybody is like... and how those 30 degrees I usually combat with my little at work with my little desk fan, this kind of €1 fan which ironically a €1 USB fan, which ironically is so much better than this big metal chunk thingy that Yuri has on his desk, and I'm like, I like mine. Then obviously for when I back home on bike, because that's the thing that you always should do when it's very hot, kids. Exercising when it's really hot, a grand years a day. No, it's not. Don't do it if you can avoid it. However, I still have to do it because it's my way to work. So for me, it's like...
You're going to sweat more and that burns more calories. So there you go. That's something.
He also
like he needs to lose more body fat.
Yeah. No, my approach is wearing as little clothes as possible. So in public, obviously the pants stay on. Here at home, it's like... I keep complaining that my balcony is to the north side, so you don't get any sun, don't get any sun, period. However, when it's really hot, it's good because you can open up the doors without having the heat come in, because it's the cooler side of the building at least. So I can get a little bit of fresh air in here. But yeah, less clothes, more fresh air. That's my
Guessing
approach.
You're not wearing like pants under the camera there? Like it's just the shirt and nothing else?
Oh my god, it's so cold over there. His legs have turned blue with frostbite.
Yes, that's
and his feet turned black with frostbite. Oh no.
That's a serious condition. You should get that checked.
That's hypothermia. Just to say how weak these people are to heat. The first day I was there,
These people.
Yeah, well, because I went to go visit at the beginning of June, and I've never visited during the summer. I've always visited during the dead end of winter or right when it's about to turn spring, and then I leave.
Are you talking about Arizona?
No, I'm talking about Germany. And
okay.
The thing is, the first day I was there, by the time we get to his place, it's night, and he has the balcony door open, he has the fan going, and he's still like, it's boiling in here. And I'm like, it's not that bad. And he's like, he was dying. He was like a melting stick of butter.
As I was saying, so here in Germany, I probably don't even know real heat to give a good, fulfilling answer to Enigma.
I remember that when we were trying to figure out what's the temperatures here when we were going to Disney, like in November, and I was like, oh, it sometimes is like 90 degrees. And then I said what 90 degrees was in Celsius. He's like, in November? Why?
That's not bad.
But no, my heat stories, because I live in a desert. So let me look at my good old look at my good old weather app today. Let's see. Today's high is a nice balmy 102.
Ooh, let me see what
it's gonna stay like that for the rest of the week. No sign
lovely.
of clouds, no sign of precipitation. Great. But I remember one specific time. This isn't a California story. This was back in Indiana. Time for Chrissy's depressing childhood tales.
It's that time of the day again.
There was an art festival in my old town, and it was during the middle of summer. So I went there, and I'm wearing shorts, shirt, and everything. And I did my artwork, submitted it, and I was just relaxing at the park, and I fell asleep on a park bench. So keep in mind, so half of my body is facing up, half of it is facing down. This was step one. Then there was a dunk tank there which is, you sit, there's a pool of water below you, people throw it, hit the target, you go down. And my church was throwing it. And they were like, we need someone to go into the dunk tank. I was like, sure, I'll do it. Took off my shoes, so my feet were right above the water, reflecting in the middle of the sun. Step 2. And then finally 3, this shirt had no back. It had like little strips of fabric in the back, but there was no back to the shirt. And I was sitting with the sun facing this way so I could look down without the glare hitting my canvas. Step 3, by the time everything was done, I had a sunburn on the bottom of my feet, on my back, and half of my face. Here's the thing though, Max should remember this because I sent him pictures. I was like, look what happened. And he's like, oh no. But, and the thing is, I was living with my aunt at the time. She lived on a hill. I had to walk up a hill with sunburned feet. And
How do you burn your feet?
Because I was sitting on the dunk tank.
I know you did. I know how it happened. But geez, how did you manage that?
I am made out of mayonnaise. If you leave me out in the sun, I will boil. But like, I got back. My aunt was like, Chrissy, what happened? Because I looked like fucking Harvey Dent. Because half of my face was red. I was like, I'm just going to go into my room, lie down, and try to touch as little fabric as possible. I took pictures. I was like, well, this is why I don't go outside. And then the thing is, school was, this was like during a break. And then, school came back like a few days later. So I'm going into French class, my first period, and everyone turns their head slowly at this hat, because this is when the red sets in of the sunburn. So it stopped hurting really badly. It was just my arm and my face was completely red, and I'm just sitting in class, and everyone's looking at me like, someone throw acid on you during the weekend? What the hell happened?
Oh, out of principle, you should have brought a coin in the class the entire time.
I would have. But my French teacher was a bitch. That would not have ended well. But yeah, that's my worst heat story. Wear sunscreen, kids. Don't be like
me. Yeah, even at the bottom of your feet. But DJ, now you know what I mean with every story she tells kind of turns dark or depressing.
It's funny though. It was funny.
That's more of a funny, haha, look what happened. Not too much depressing. I'm sure there are depressing stories, but that one not so much.
Let's see if the next question can make it depressing.
Okay, this one's from our resident Squeak Lord, Nightfall, who always asks who our waifus are. Now they're asking the important question. Who is best or your husbandos? So if you turned gay, who would be your male husbando from fanfics, movies, games, animes, cartoon, TV shows, books, etc.? She's keeping it broad, but who would be your beefcake for life?
Nick Wilde.
Nice.
Yeah, your waifu is Judy. Your guy is Nick Wilde.
Fucking furry.
There he is.
I you know what? I don't know.
This is even the perfect combination. It's Cat Noir and Nick Wilde in one. So here we go.
Yeah, but Cat Noir is like a 15-year-old boy.
That's where the Nick Wilde part
I'm
comes
calling the police.
Oh.
Is that a weed?
Okay, it's not a spoiler, but it
wee
still works.
No, you stole mine. Fuck you. I guess. I mean, I had a list of my favorite animated guys, which are pretty much all my husbandos.
I mean, Link kind of was as well at some point, as you can tell by the fact that he has a giant poster in my bag.
Yeah. Man.
Maybe.
Come on, just say Lucio. We all know you want to say Lucio.
I'm not looking. But yeah, but I was thinking of like. My mind went to furry ones, and I was thinking of Basil from The Great Mouse Detective.
Oh, right.
Oh, my God.
He was my first... Yeah, embarrassing facts about Chrissy. My two first crushes when I was little were both animated. One was a human, and the other was Basil from Great Mouse Detective. Shut up. But I guess either Basil or Lucio. What about you, DJ?
Oh, God, I can't.
Do you want to jump on Sans' bones?
No.
You want to go to the bone zone?
I mean, come on. If I can make up husbandos, then you can too.
I'm trying to. I can think of like my child, but like I don't want that to be my husbando.
Wait, what?
Like this is my son. I will protect him. That kind of thing. I can't think of a husbando though.
Well, what about one that you want to protect you?
To protect me.
Who do you want to call daddy?
Oh, who's my daddy? Who's my daddy? That helps me think better, actually. You sparked more of my thinking when you said dad.
Yeah.
I could get boned by Sans. Yeah, Sans.
For the pun alone.
Oh, went to the bone zone.
I think we should have kept this for the last questions. It would have been a beautiful ending point, but no, we can't. It's too early.
Okay. Here's one from Denim. Is there a song that has particularly resonated with you at some point in your life? Not necessarily your favorite, but still has meaning to you. Can the kazoo cover of Uptown Funk that I played earlier count?
The one that instantly came into my brain was "Be Calm" by Fun.
Oh, that's such a good one.
Doesn't even ring a bell.
Song.
Doesn't even ring a bell. What is it? Can you? I mean, you're a singer. Tune it in.
Jesus, it's been so long. Man. It's like, be calm, be calm. I know you feel like you're breaking down, but I know that it gets so hard sometimes. Be calm, take it from me, I've been there 1,000 times. Something like that.
I believe I really don't know this song.
But like the whole, I love, there's like so many different instruments they use in their songs. And it's just, it's great. It's a good song.
Well, special songs. I had plenty actually over the years. One that always worked for me was "Walking on Sunshine" as my I'm walking on sunshine. Well, it's time to pick up. I love this. I love this. When in the club, when I was in the club, and I had a few clubs that had a mixture of rock alternative, but also 90s party music. And whenever this song came on, I love the song. It was my Gute Laune song. How to translate Gute Laune song into English? Just my happy song. When I heard this song, I instantly was like bling, and it actually, I since I had this on parties and at parties in the club, it was always like, yeah, it got me into a great mood instantly. I actually tried it when I was in a bad mood at home once, and I put on Walking on Sunshine, and actually instantly I was in a good mood. So this was my literal good mood song, which I could put on when I was in a fucked up mood and was like, other great songs that resonated with me. So I own a lot of black coats. The reason is, unlike but what many people got wrong was that they always thought it was Matrix inspired or something. No, my entire coat tick came actually from Cruel Intentions. The movie with Reese Witherspoon, Michelle Sarah-Gellar, and whatever the dude was. Sebastian is his in thingy. But yeah, Cruel Intentions, this movie and the entire soundtrack also was like, I heard it up and down for ages back then. So including like Every Me and Every You was like, and I heard it in the car always, and I was like, I loved it. And given that the movie with its soundtrack and it all had a great influence on me, I guess the song also counts into it. Yeah.
Sorry, I was No.
Yeah, everybody's zoned out. Everybody's zoned out.
I was looking up. I was looking up stuff because like it's hard to pick. I guess I could pick two because you did too. Because a lot of my life is surrounded by two things: animation and music. I mean, when I was growing up in especially the New York part of my life, my dad worked at my uncle's record store and everything. So I was constantly surrounded by hearing music and old music and like the newest music there was like 8-track tapes from like the 80s and 90s. So like Cameo and shit like that. But songs that I think resonate with me today, I'll actually have three. One of them, which is probably one of the more modern ones, is a song from the band Real Big Fish called I Know You Too Well.
Ska, right?
Yeah, it's ska.
Yes.
I love that. Little known fact about your neighborhood, Chrissy, is I actually have a much more eclectic music taste than people give me credit for. If you hear me in the music lounge in any Discord, I'm pretty much that. And one of my favorite genres is ska music. I love trumpets. I love that big band sound and happy. But yeah, Real Big Fish's song, I Know You Too Well, I think resonates with me in the fact of knowing someone long enough that you know all their flaws, you know how they are at their best and at their worst, and that means that you don't like them, but you care a lot more deeply about them. It's kind of like it's like those memes where it's like, oh, a friend is this, a best friend is that, where a friend is like, oh, you look nice today and all this, and it's like, oh, thank you, and then best friend is like, sup, you ugly piece of shit.
Nice.
It's like that, and I keep a very tight-knit group of people as my main core, and these are people that I've known for 3 years, 4 years, or Lauren, which I've known for 10, and so that song resonates with me in that it's happy and tongue-in-cheek, and I love it.
Did Spaz Kid animate that? Yes,
Spaz Kid made a fan animation that Real Big Fish made into the official music video.
Nice.
I love that. The other two songs are Waving Through a Window from Dear Evan Hansen it's one of those songs that I listen to when I feel down, and it's not exactly a lift you up, makes you happy song, but it for someone who's introverted, has anxiety, is constantly having thoughts through their brain of bad thoughts. It's good to hear someone say it and say how you feel. And that song is like one of the most relatable songs to me. And it's so powerful that I do feel this kind of, I feel better after listening to it than I do before I did. And then like the last one was, it's from Jersey, specifically the Jersey Boys version of I Can't Keep My Eyes Off of You, which is originally by Frankie Valli. It is one of my favorite love songs of all time. And every time I listen to it, it resonates with me in the case of I associate that, like if I'm having a happy memory play in my head, that is the song, that is the background music, or if I'm imagining something for a show or anything, that is the first song I think of. And you want to know the first time I heard that song?
10 Things I Hate About You?
No, actually, it was when I was I had the DVD for the first live action Scooby-Doo movie, and a deleted scene they had was Velma drunk on a piano singing that song.
You're just too good to me.
No, exactly. I mean, she sung better than that, but like, that's the first time I heard it, and I was like, I love this song. And then I found the actual version, and I loved it. Then I saw The Mask 2 and see how they raped it, and I was like, no, this is when I developed a taste. But like, those are the songs that resonated with me. That was a good question. Claps for them.
Went from like 1 to 2 to 3 songs.
Yeah, it had a good thing. Let's see. This is another one from Enigma, who always asks like 15 questions. If you could make an arc from your favorite show or anime, I guess 4 is what they were trying to say, for your favorite show or anime, how would you go about writing it, formatting, character development, and how would you go about ending it? He gave us a thinky one, guys.
No chance I can answer that. I mean, I'm well known for not having a creative bone in my body, so
I can relate.
Okay, how about I reformat it as a show you like?
Yeah, but
what is something from a show that you like that you would want them to fix? Like, what is that flaw in a show that you want to say it is perfect that you want to change? I think that's a more palatable way of asking this question, because if I had my answer, I would probably say Steven, because I love Steven Universe so much, but I would space out the Beach City episodes so much more than what they actually do.
Yeah, I think they're trying to, maybe they're building up to like more, maybe like connecting the two more. Like maybe we'll have like that grandma president like take down Diamond or something, you know?
It's grandma with a gun.
She's got a gun.
Then again, looking at the question, he is not asking how explicitly this arc would look, but how would you go about it? I guess that's actually a question I can answer. I mean, obviously, I'm not the person who actually give you anything. But yeah, how would I go about it? First of all, I would want it to be meaningful, so that it in it of itself it actually does something to the status quo, that it does include character growth, development, has an impact on the world, which is something I have to say about Steven Universe. Most stuff that happens has an impact. Most stuff gets a callback. If there is I don't know, a car crashing in one episode, this car stays broken for the rest of the show. Something like this does happen in it. I don't know, weird example. It was the first one that came to mind, and it's not even in the show. So yeah, make it meaningful. Don't make it as don't give it a tagged on feeling, like basically what a filler is, just as an arc. Make it in a way that the next writer cannot pick up the show and ignore that your arc happened. Yeah, and about ending it. Yeah, and it also should have an ending. I mean, you can build in hints for the next arc, but get it. Don't give it this always continuing. This is why I was skeptical about this question to begin with. Like, would I want to write a story for a favorite show? Because this is basically the definition of a fan fiction: writing your own story arc for a show that's already there.
I think we had a moment like this yesterday when I was looking up Ladybug stuff, and I saw that they're already producing a 4th and 5th season, and I'm just like,
Oh.
well, how do you end this?
But also they kept vomiting out stuff in the 2nd season, like suddenly the hint towards, I mean, the not even spoilers, but mild information. So it has been known from the very beginning that there are, like, what is it, 7 of those.
7, because you have Ladybug, Cat Noir, you have the bee, the fox, the turtle, the moth, and the peacock.
Yeah,
so
those have been the 7 established from the very beginning. Like in the first opening episode, which weirdly enough gets aired as a 15th episode, because that's what you do with origin stories. Airs them near the end of the first season. But yeah, besides that, though, we had this established number of 7 from the beginning, and now in season 2, it's like vomit. There are like 15 more, like out of nowhere. Like suddenly, hey, here, 15 more. Like hint, there might be something coming out in the future, and be like, what?
It was a great moment when it opened up, and I was like, wait, pause, and I counted, and I was like, okay, hold on one second. I opened up a new tab, looked up the size of their class in the school, and I counted. I was like, oh no.
They're turning everybody.
They're going to make the whole class into heroes. And he was like, no, there's not enough. And then they showed another clip showing that there were other miraculouses under some of them. And I was like, no.
Because from the top view, you only see the top cases.
Is that what they're
going
to do?
We don't know. We had mere speculation. We just saw this.
I haven't watched the Ladybug. I've only gotten like 19 episodes in or something.
It was just out there like, hey, hint. There is... We haven't even done anything with the original 7 yet, but hint, there are a million more. Like,
we're gonna make an army.
Yeah, like wow. Which also brings me back to my original complaint I have about this show, that all the heroes in this show do is fix the mess that comes from one person who also, if nobody had those magical items, there would be no problem. They only need the magical items to fight this one dude who went rogue with one magical item. Whatever. We had this rant before, I believe, a year ago.
The first time. No, we didn't have it on the AWKWARDCast. We had it on the train when we were after watching the first season.
You sure we didn't talk about it on the show?
No, we didn't talk about the specific aspect of if they didn't have any of them there, you wouldn't need them. We talked about the self-sufficient thing on a train. We talked about the rest of the show on the podcast.
Yeah, but it didn't stop there. Then they also introduced, also not a real spoiler. Yeah, they introduced power-ups. Like, and they were like, hey, first they introduced the concept, and it basically ends with the acknowledgement that there are like 7 power-ups. So we now have like 20 of those goddamn miraculouses, each with 7 power-ups or whatnot. And
so what would you do to fix that problem?
Good segue back to the original question. I wouldn't do it. Easy like that. You have, I mean, on the one hand, I agree that introducing such an element early on is better than having it like, hey, we now have resolved the original 7, and then the next season opener reveals, oh, there are more. Admittedly,
Twilight Sparkle has a brother.
Yeah, like this. I admit that bringing this out of nowhere, like with a new season, like, what might this season be about? Oh, we introduce new Deus Ex item 7. And yeah, guess what this season is about. So on the one hand, I say like, hey, it's nice that they introduce stuff earlier on than just at the point where they are needed, which is basically the Deus Ex Machina. The idea of the Deus Ex Machina is that it gets introduced suddenly out of nowhere, and there's a super powerful thing, like a god, out of nowhere. And okay, they introduced it early on, which is better, I would say, but the way they did it was like... have a million...
Lore vomit.
Yeah, have a million more. Oh no, now we are not going to talk about it for 3 seasons. Like, fucking middle ground, asshole. Yeah, that's the thing. A middle ground. Find a healthy middle ground. Hint that there are more before that. And not just be like, hey, you saw this case that contained 7? Oh yeah, it actually contained 27 the entire time. We were fucking with you. This is like... Make it cleverer. Make the reveal cleverer. That's the thing. Yeah, because... they introduced it early on and they will not do anything with it for the rest of the season. I can predict it. They will maybe start at the end of season 3 to actually do something with all those additional ones. My prediction right here, right now. And that's just as bad as introducing it in the opener of one season in which it actually plays a role. Because it's just like, oh yeah, by the way, we have plans for later, but that's it, we are not talking about it. Yeah, just to know, it's totally cool to stay tuned. There's shit coming. Yeah. Maybe we remind you in a season or so again, so you don't forget.
You sound like a German Morty trying to advertise.
Rick,
Rick, watch Miraculous, Rick.
Rick.
I don't want to watch Miraculous Ladybug. There's too much shit, Morty.
But Rick, there are now 17 Miraculous, Rick. So many of them, Rick, please.
17, 2 more.
17 seasons, Morty.
50 Miraculous, 100 Miraculous,
I don't know, Rick. What are you talking about? I don't understand. Why are there suddenly so many?
This took a massive train, and then the train went off a cliff, hit a cruise liner. The cruise liner sank and hit a nuclear submarine. This is where the conversation devolved.
Yeah, I guess I see what you mean there. I don't know, DJ. How do you feel about the development of this show?
Of Miraculous or the original
the conversation?
I think it was just fine. Got to where it needed to go. Didn't devolve too much. It was more of a train crashing into a cruise line, and we'll stop there. You know, we can.
Okay, but how made it feel you, Keyframe?
Especially with this missed opportunity, I feel very awkward.
A and Y and Key say hi to the people in the chat. The meme is seen on this live stream and talk about random crap. It's time for AWKWARDCast. It's the awkward. Random guests and funny gags. It's the AWKWARDCast. It's the awkward. Artists and analysis. You do not want to miss the AWKWARDCast. It's the awkward. It's the AWKWARDCast.